Hello, Diddy, Puffy, Daddy,
Hey.
Combs.
Hey.
Love. It's love now, right?
Love, yes.
So is it brother love or love?
No, it's just love. It's enough brother in me.
According to the old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, seems to exemplify this wisdom. Recently, his father, known as Puff Daddy, has been in the spotlight due to multiple lawsuits against him. Following in his father's footsteps, Christian has also made headlines concerning a related case, which came to attention when a woman named Grace Omar alleged that Christian assaulted her. In the lawsuit, Grace claimed that Diddy had assaulted her in 2022 while they were aboard a yacht, where she was working at the time for Diddy, Christian's father. Grace's lawsuit emerged while Diddy was already entangled in various legal issues, and she specifically alleged that Christian King Combs forced himself on her during that incident while working on Diddy's yacht. Grace Omar alleged that the incident occurred just days before Christian's father hosted a star-studded New Year's Eve yacht party. The lawsuit further claimed that Christian caused her significant emotional distress while she was performing her job. Grace accused Sean Combs, the yacht's owner, of being involved in the incident and aiding his son in the alleged misconduct. In response, Christian's lawyer dismissed the allegations as baseless and asserted they were entirely fabricated by Grace and her attorney, Tyrone Blackburn. Christian's legal team plans to file a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. In reply, Blackburn stated that the situation is reminiscent of the father's behavior, expressing no pleasure in bringing the suit against Christian, who he believes has emulated his father's troubling patterns. According to Grace, Christian King Combs provided her with a substance that altered her state of mind during the incident, which reportedly took place in the yacht studio, as outlined in her lawsuit. The lawsuit included transcriptions of audio recordings as evidence, showcasing how Grace was rejecting the advances of Diddy's son. It also stated that these recordings were made by one of Diddy's record producers during the incident. At the time, Grace worked as a steward, providing drink and dinner services to guests from 6:00 p.m. to 6:00 a.m. According to her lawsuit, she observed a continuous flow of escorts and celebrities on the yacht, noting that the women who attended often consumed small amounts of the drinks provided and subsequently became highly intoxicated. Grace alleged that the drinks were spiked, which explained their behavior. On the day of the incident, she was informed that Christian King Combs was joining the party, accompanied by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, Diddy's producer. Grace reported that the two arrived to record a song in a makeshift studio on the yacht, and they appeared to be intoxicated upon their arrival after he caught her staring at her inappropriately. Christian began forcing Grace to take pictures of Tequila. Diddy's son persisted in pressuring her to drink more after she finished the first shot. As Grace continued to take shots after shots, she claimed that Christian became more aggressive. Grace also claimed that at that point, Diddy's son Christian King Combs began touching her inappropriately, including her private areas. According to the lawsuit, Grace repeatedly denied his advances and devised a plan to trick him. Grace also asked if she could report to a crew leader that she was suffering from a drug overdose. When she told this to the crew leader, who she was spending the night with, Christian added, "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now. Well, you can take your hand off my behind." Omar replied, and she was subsequently able to leave the studio, but Christian was able to find her. Soon after, he requested that she find him a somewhere to sleep, and when they arrived at the theater, she led him to the yacht cinema by using the suit as a guide. Speaking about the second encounter, Christian obstructed her, seized her, and began undressing. According to the lawsuit, he was erect at the time and grabbed her arms and attempted to coerce the plaintiff into having oral sex with him. Grace fought him off because she wanted to leave, but during their altercation, someone entered, and that's when Grace felt embarrassed. Grace claims that following the incident, she had multiple panic attacks and considered suicide, just like Diddy's son, who is also accused of similar charges against women in the past. But Diddy has always refuted those accusations, believing that the women were only after money and to damage his reputation because of the innumerable instances of lawsuits that were being brought against Sean Diddy coincided with the Department of Homeland Security raiding his residences. Based on the video footage of the raid, 2 of Diddy's sons were there, and the self-described bad boy for There Was No Sign of Life. A week after Diddy's houses were raided by the Department of Homeland Security, Misa Hilton, the mother of Diddy's 2 sons, hosted a graphic video of the raid online. Christian King and Justin Dior, the boy's mother, also showed up. The footage showed Diddy's sons being harassed by the police. There were also drones and military-style police cars swarming around the house. The mother became enraged after seeing footage of her boys being abused and heavy weapons being pointed at them. She took to social media to express her outrage, writing, "The force used against my sons Justin and Christian is deplorable. If these were the sons of a non-black celebrity, they would not have been handled with the same aggression." She went on to ask whether Justin needed multiple laser beams from firearms pointed at his chest and whether Christian needed a gun pointed at his back. Missa Hilton highlighted the shocking reality of young, unarmed black men not surviving similar situations, pointing out that her sons were handcuffed with guns drawn at their heads. She emphasized the racial disparity in treatment, expressing her outrage at the attempt to humiliate and terrorize innocent young black men as despicable. Missa vowed to fight for justice, promising to utilize every available resource. Although Diddy's sons were briefly detained, they were ultimately not charged with any crimes. During this tumultuous time, the brothers had to endure these events without their father's presence. According to rumors, Diddy should have been at home to face the consequences instead of allowing his sons to suffer through such experiences. Just days after the raid, Christian King Combs expressed his frustration in a song intended as a response to those criticizing his father, where he candidly revealed details about their situation. Christian reportedly hinted at family secrets in a song, although it remains unclear whether he was actually revealing any. In the track, he sings about knocking down walls, referencing a time when two individuals broke into both of their homes, claiming they didn't know about the adjacent property they had purchased. While some interpreted this as him snitching on his father, others believe he might have meant something else. On September 16, 2024, Diddy was arrested and taken to the Metropolitan Detention Center while awaiting trial. His lawyers stated that during the arrest, Diddy cooperated with authorities and voluntarily moved to New York in anticipation of the charges. His attorney insisted that these actions demonstrated Diddy's innocence and eagerness to clear his name in court. Prosecutors, however, accused Diddy of serious crimes, including bribery, kidnapping, forced labor, and leading a criminal enterprise that exploited women. They alleged that he used threats of violence to coerce women into participating in substance-induced orgies with male escorts, and that his staff arranged travel for the victims after these events, providing intravenous fluids to help them recover. Additionally, it was claimed that Diddy recorded his intimate encounters to intimidate his victims into silence. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, maintained that all interactions were consensual. As Diddy faced mounting legal challenges, Christian was seen enjoying life outside. He made a public appearance to support his girlfriend, Raven Tracy, at her event, sharing affectionate posts on social media. This occurred just days after he had shown support for his father at the courthouse, where he attended with several associates requesting copies of Diddy's indictment. The unsealed indictment detailed 3 charges against Diddy: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation for commercial sex work. The document indicated that Diddy allegedly conducted his illegal activities at his properties in Manhattan and Los Angeles. As Diddy's legal issues intensified, many celebrities distanced themselves from him. Following Diddy's 54th birthday celebration in London, where he had high-profile guests like Naomi Campbell and Janet Jackson, everything changed when his former girlfriend, Cassie, filed a lawsuit against him. In the wake of her complaint, both Campbell and Jackson removed photos with Diddy from their social media, leading to speculation about their potential connections to his troubling behavior. By September 2024, other celebrities also altered their social media presence amidst Diddy's escalating legal troubles. Pink revealed on The Carrie and Tommy Show that she had received multiple death threats and faced overwhelming negativity online, stating that the platform had become toxic. Usher, who had a long history with Diddy, claimed his account was hacked after wiping thousands of posts, although many doubted his explanation. Meek Mill also addressed the situation on Twitter, offering $100,000 for an investigative team to uncover details linking his name to Diddy's case. As rumors about the nature of Diddy's parties circulated, many began reflecting on past comments made about them. For instance, during a 2018 appearance on The Breakfast Club, Diddy laughed off a clip of himself blacking out at a party, but with the current lawsuits, the laughter has turned to scrutiny. Charlamagne Tha God recalled a tense exchange with Diddy in 2010 after criticizing his album, noting Diddy's anger over his comments. Following allegations of Diddy's assault on Cassie, Charlamagne condemned the behavior, emphasizing the issues of domestic violence and the need for men to address their unhealed trauma. At the core of the allegations against Diddy are infamous parties, described as freak-offs, that have drawn significant attention. In the early 2000s, Diddy was spotted at a Tokyo strip club, where he allegedly summoned a dancer named Rachel Kennedy, inviting her to a hotel party where they began drinking together. Rachel Kennedy shared her experience of attending a party hosted by Diddy, recalling how she and her friends hit it off with him and were invited to his hotel. When they arrived, Diddy was the only person there, opening the door in a robe while holding a bottle of champagne. It quickly became clear to her that this would be a private gathering. Rachel noted that cocaine was present, although Diddy himself did not partake, claiming he only smoked weed. Unbeknownst to her, this party would introduce her to what would later be known as the freak-offs. At that time, Diddy was a major figure in the music industry, known for global hits like I'll Be Missing You and Bad Boy for Life, as well as his involvement in a notorious nightclub shooting in 1999. Besides his music career, he was a successful entrepreneur and a well-known player in hip-hop, especially famous for his relationship with Jennifer Lopez, often celebrated as one of the most beautiful women in the world. According to Rachel, Diddy had them watching J-Lo's music videos on repeat. She recounted that after some time, they moved to his bedroom, where the atmosphere quickly changed. Just as they finished, Diddy's head of security entered and began to physically assault the women, demanding they leave. To Rachel's shock, Diddy merely watched as his guests were mistreated, leading her to believe this was part of his plan all along. She described the encounter in Diddy's private bedroom as traumatic, a memory that would haunt her. Recently, reports have surfaced linking NBA superstar LeBron James to Diddy's alleged freak-offs, following the resurfacing of an old video where LeBron praises Diddy's parties. This revelation has ignited debate among fans and critics about LeBron's connection to these events. In the 2020 Instagram Live session, LeBron enthusiastically remarked, "Hey, everybody knows there ain't no party like a Diddy party." At the time, his comments seemed innocent, as there were no allegations against Diddy and the gatherings appeared harmless. However, in light of recent scandals, LeBron has found himself at the center of unwanted attention, with his name now associated with the controversial parties. An online user commented on the situation, pointing out the humor in how often LeBron's words land him in controversies. As more individuals become linked to these alleged gatherings, LeBron's name continues to circulate in discussions about the unfolding scandal. Furthermore, reports from a Homeland Security agent have indicated that recovered video footage may provide further insights into the events. It is becoming increasingly apparent who attended the controversial parties, though it seems unlikely that authorities will release the related videos. However, rumors have emerged that Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, had copies of certain tapes. An online user named Shadow of Ezra posted on September 22, 2024, claiming that Porter discovered hidden sex tapes in Diddy's vault. After finding these tapes, she reportedly made copies to protect herself while attempting to distance from Diddy amid allegations of coercion. Tragically, shortly after discovering the tapes, Porter passed away from pneumonia. Her family remains suspicious of the circumstances surrounding her death, believing that Diddy may have played a role. On the same day, the same user referenced a 2014 party attended by Khloe Kardashian, alleging that she was scheduled for a 5:30 a.m. flight but found everyone at the chaotic event unconscious and naked as she prepared to leave. This party was purportedly one of Diddy's infamous gatherings. When Diddy appeared in court on September 17, 2024, U.S. District Judge Andrew Carter ruled that the hip-hop mogul must remain in custody while awaiting trial. Although no trial date has been set, prosecutor Emily Johnson stressed that the freak-offs are central to the case. She presented evidence that one alleged victim sent Diddy a text stating, "I have gaping cuts. You hit me in the head twice. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child." Johnson also indicated that Diddy had attempted to interfere with the investigation by contacting witnesses in the 10 months following Cassandra Ventura, known as Cassie, going public with her allegations. She asserted that Diddy reached out to victims to feed them a false narrative, claiming their encounters were consensual. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, proposed a bond package using Diddy's $48 million Miami residence as collateral, but the judge rejected it. Concerns were raised that Diddy might use his associates to tamper with the case, potentially sending coded messages through his contacts. Currently, Diddy is held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, known for its security issues. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him and has been denied bail twice. Speculation is growing that his son, Christian Combs, may try to influence the case in his father's favor. Some believe Christian has inherited his father's shrewdness and could potentially alter the course of the case while Diddy remains incarcerated. According to rumors, Christian might also become involved in the case against Grace, but these claims should be taken with caution.